I mean, most of the time, I mean, if I make 15 or 20 grand on a deal, I feel like that was a pretty good success. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people have gotten spoiled because during COVID, when the prices were climbing and everything,
Yeah.
I mean, people would buy a house thinking the ARV was 220 or something, and then like 3 months later, when they're done with rehab, it was worth 270.
Yeah.
They make
Yeah.
like huge hits,
Yeah.
but that's going down now.
Has that hurt you at all as far as leaving out of COVID, coming into this market that we're in now? Because I know,
Yeah.
especially with interest rates, it started killing people because not as many, high offers are
Absolutely.
coming in anymore.
So like, I don't tell this side of the story a lot or this side of the business a lot, but
Yeah.
back in the summertime, I mean, we had bought several houses that we just didn't get around to flipping yet because we're buying 5, 10 houses a month.
Right.
Sometimes they roll over a month or 2, 3 months. And we got a house right now that we bought back in August of last year. We haven't even started rehab on it yet.
Really?
So I mean, that's how busy we are.
Yeah.
So the one we try to keep all our contractors busy, and if we buy houses over here and they're all pretty relatively close, we'll just keep them rotating on those.
Okay.
Where this one's like an hour and a half away, so we just haven't had time to get our contracting crew over there to that one because it's just one random one on by itself.
Right.
So we have a house over there in Ellijay that we bought for $250 back in August, and it's worth like $450. We just haven't had it, and it needs like a $60K rehab. So it's a really good.
Wow,
property.
yeah.
We just have not had our chance
Yeah.
to get our.
It's
contracts
just so
over there.
far away. Yeah.
But on some other ones though, I mean, we bought a house last year. I think it was June or July. We bought one in Smyrna. I'm trying to think of the address off the top of my head. No, I can't remember. But anyways, we had a house we bought in Smyrna for $257 back last summer, and at the time the ARV was like $400 to $450. So we were
Wow.
like, shit, this is a good deal.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a good deal.
and the wholesaler had sent us a bunch of pictures of the property. It looked pretty good, so we bought it sight unseen for $250.
Okay.
Which we don't do very often.
Right.
We almost always go
Always
inspect
go look
the
at
property.
it, yeah.
But this one was like time was of the essence kind of thing. They were about to lose the house to foreclosure.
So you
It was
just
like
had to
3
swing
days,
at it.
Yeah, it was like 3 days before the auction date and all this stuff. They had tenants in the property. It was like multiple problem situation.
Right.
But they sent us a bunch of pictures. The house looked good in the pictures, so we bought it for $257. Like I said, ARV was pretty hot, so we were
Yeah.
like, okay, this is a great deal. We got it. It took us about a month and a half to get the tenants out. Finally got the tenants out. We went over there to inspect it. House needs 170K rehab. I mean, they were living in like real bad situation. Like these tenants should not have been in this house.
Oh,
I'm talking mold, mildew everywhere. No HVAC. The house had no HVAC at all. The roof was like really, really rough, leaking in a few spots. The whole house needed full gut.
Yeah.
Not only that, it had foundation issues on the bottom too. So we're talking like everything that could possibly be wrong with the house
Yeah.
is wrong with that house, and there were people living in it. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So,
It's crazy how some people live, man.
yeah, so you're talking $250,000. It's worth $400 on the low end. So you 170, you'd be at 420.
Yeah.
It's worth 450, maybe. All right. But by the time we finish rehabbing the house, it would take us about 6 months to rehab the house. So
Yeah.
now the market shifted.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, let's hold off a little bit before we rehab this house. Let's see what the market does before we sink 170K into this house.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll go up to 500. But if it goes down, we're going to lose money.
Yeah.
So we decided to hold off. Well, fast forward to 2 weeks ago, we sold the house. We sold the house for $217.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you just didn't do the rehab on it.
We did
You
not
just
do a rehab, and we lost almost 40 grand.
wow.
So bad deals are out there too.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
got to be careful.
Yeah.
Watch how you're buying. We bought that one at the peak of the market.
Yeah.
We thought the market was going to keep climbing. So did a lot of other people.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that
you don't win them
shift
all.
is just
You
yeah.
don't win them all.
No, you don't.
So there was actually several houses like that last year that we bought. That was the worst one. We lost, like I said, almost 40 grand on that one.
Yeah.
But there was a few other houses that we bought, similar situations, between, let's say, June and October, that we took 5, 10, 15, 20,000 losses on.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we had about, I think, 5 houses total that we lost money on.
And that's just the look of the market.